Bruce K. And I'm Kevin Lynch. We're doing Star Trek, the original series. We're covering them from air date. We're starting at the first one, and we're going to go through the series. And it's going to be on YouTube. And so we're glad you're here. Glad you're watching. I love Charlie X. I absolutely love almost everything about Charlie X. I think it is a great episode. I'm really excited that we're covering this. I wish I would have done Charlie X first, but I love Charlie X. What's your thoughts on Charlie X?
Oh, awesome. Very, very, very well done. They scored big when they got Walker. What's his name? Robert Walker?
Robert Walker Jr.
He was, I think, 27 at the time. He was playing that 17, 18-year-old part. Yeah. And what else? I think I read that it was filmed in about 5.5 days. And they made references to Thanksgiving in the show,
yes.
right? And they figured it was going to be released then around that time. But other episodes had some not CGI, some special effects issues, and so it had to be aired earlier. I don't have that handy right now, so I don't know what the air date is. But
it was I got that right here. It was September 15th of 1950.
Okay, so September instead of November.
Yeah.
Filmed in July-ish or something like that. Yeah. Charlie X, boy. Oh, X. I always wondered about that. I was reading and they said originally Roddenberry had come up with this idea in '64 as one batch of notes that he took. Hey, these could be some episodes. And then by '66, he has this thing. And DC Fontana worked on this.
Oh, she did?
Yes. She didn't give her, she didn't go for the credit. They said, well, you can go for arbitration or something like that. And she said, no, and gave it to, I think, Roddenberry. I'm not sure.
So what I got, I was kind of like more into the episode on this one, and I wrote a bunch of notes on this one. Oh, I love the way the begin materialization. I love the way Shatner always says materialization instead of like materialization, right? It's just like, it's very enunciated. Shakespearean, begin materialization. And it just cracks me up. That just like, right off the bat, I go, this is cool, right? It's just, and he says it, I think, pretty much consistently,
Okay, that's
materialization. How do you say it?
Materialization.
Yeah,
I'm just going to slur that thing out. But he, as a Shakespearean actor, stage guy, is probably going to enunciate clearly and project that, maybe.
Yeah, because I understood what he said, right? If I said begin materialization, people go, what the hell? What he wants to begin what?
Right.
So I thought that was cool. Robert Walker Jr., you already talked about him. He just died December 19th of 2019. I didn't know that.
Oh my.
Yeah, he just died December 2019. So almost a year ago now.
I have a friend whose sister went over to his house.
Really?
Party with him. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he was a really good actor. My God, I think he blew my doors off just on this episode. He was so good. And you said he was 27, he still got that boyish angst, man. And he got it down.
Yes.
And I don't know if he was really like that or he just was such a good actor. But my God, what a great actor.
They scored.
Yeah. I love the way when they first beam him aboard, the materialization on board, and then he's messing with the two crew from what is it called? I forget the name of the other ship. Well, it's going to take me a while, but anyway, that ship, and I know he's doing a little mind control, but they start kissing his ass. Oh yeah, that's when they were just good actors too. I just love the way they just kind of like flip that to make him. The eye thing, I know that Star Trek is always trying to put, I think they could have been a little more subtle. Like the eye thing, I don't think he really needed to do his eyes to make the point that he's fucking with these guys or messing with these guys, right?
Yes.
He puts his head down and his eyes up.
Yes.
I don't think he needed to do that. There could have been another. My dad, when I was a kid, we used to have sheepdogs, right? And my dad used to just pick his hand up off his leg a little bit, right? And I go, why are you doing that? He goes, well, to get the sheepdogs to go this way or that way. but you don't do big movements. You do very small movements, and the dogs still know what to do. And I would have just liked that he didn't need, because on some of the parts he doesn't do that. He doesn't do the big movements where when he's controlling something, he's just a very subtle movement. But on the ones like where he melts the chess pieces, it's a big eye movement, and I just don't think they needed to do that.
And when he gets rid of the first guy in the gym,
yeah,
right? But right, that first indication where you're clued in as to something's not right was maybe not subtle enough to leave it. Let the audience explore or grow with it. Yeah.
I wish it was a little more subtle, but overall, honestly, still, I love the episode. You know right away. Like I said, Robert Walker was such a that you knew right away when Kirk is talking to him right off the transporter, right? That you're rude, you're interrupting, and that's considered rude. You know right away he's a boy, right? You just, the way that they set it up, the way it was written, Kirk just kind of gets right away. This is a boy that we're talking to. He's not quite developed. He doesn't really know how to behave, and we really kind of got to train him. I just love that they brought us right into what we're dealing with right away. We know who we're dealing with right away.
We also know that the captain is, not matter of fact, honest and says what he means. He's not tiptoeing around it, and he comes right out right at the beginning. Doesn't even know this guy and says, "Hey, not my ship, my rules, but hey."
Yeah. Exactly. Right. You got to kind of learn.
That was
whereas Rand comes at it at a different way, and I'll get to Rand, but I really kind of get that you're exactly right, the way he says it as opposed to the way Rand says it, right? Because she's trying to teach him the same thing, but she comes at it at a completely different tangential. So, and I love the way that he, when he's looking at her, he goes, "Is that a girl?" He goes, and then I go, "Yeah, now that's a girl, right?" That's a girl. So I love the way he just kind of hones on Rand right away, and he's just infatuated with her, right? He's like, he doesn't give a damn about anyone else. His hormones have kicked in a high gear. They are skyrocketing for this guy.
And he's confused.
Yeah, he's not confused. He knows what he wants. He's just like, he's there. You know what I mean? But when you say confused, what do you mean, actually?
Because this is new to him. He's not sure. I don't, right? Sure, you're gonna say hormones are raging Mormons are going on, but this is a first, and he still knew what to ask or to piece it possibly together. Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, I think you're absolutely correct, and I think we're saying the same thing. He's so confused. He doesn't know how to get what he wants, but he's not confused because he knows what he wants. But he has no idea about the world and how to be subtle or how to go about it. But by golly, he's going to get there hell or high water. So he's like a rocket taking off, where he's like Captain Kirk talks to him about this too. You kind of need to slow down, slow your roll a little bit. So yeah, he's confused. He's really lost. You're right about that. So I think we're talking about the same thing. But yeah, he definitely knows what he wants. So he wants Rand. He definitely he's got it up.
You smell like a girl.
You smell, yeah. And he buys her the perfume, right? Well, he makes the perfume because he's going, they don't even have that in the ship store. Yeah, well, I know you want it. Because so empath is kind of a thing that I'm already seeing in these 2 Star Trek episodes. She was an empath in the Salt Sucker one, the Man Trap. She knew what they wanted. He also knew what she liked, right? Because the perfume that he got was specifically perfume that she liked. And they don't have it, so he just knew that she wanted. He knew what she liked. Yeah, you smell like a girl. Oh yeah, and then he kicks. When he's learning, it's such a cool episode. Like you said, he's lost, right? He doesn't know what he doesn't know what he wants, and so he's trying to figure it out. And so he sees the 2 crewmen and the guy like the football slap on the butt. Yeah, you got to deal, friend. So he's doing it to Rand. He doesn't know. And she's going, well, maybe I don't want to get slapped on the butt, right? So.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, the empathic abilities, You can't just go around slapping girls. There was a lot of great lines in this one. I think it was well written. It was written by Lawrence Dobkin, right? Is that right? No, written by Gene Roddenberry and DC Fontana. Do you think, I don't know, do you think Gene came up with this idea and she wrote it? Do you think it actually happened like that? Because it was so well written.
Oh, DC Fontana had a big part in the rewrite of this. In fact, in what I read was during the notes, they passed back and forth as episode is being rewritten. Somebody wrote to Gene and said, "Oh, this DC Fontana sounds like a very interesting person. I'd like to meet him." But of course, they're all in on the joke because they
right.
Yeah. It's interesting that they have to, back then, they had to run these scripts by NBC.
Right.
Someone had to approve those. I suppose if you're paying for the thing, you're gonna say what's allowed.
Right.
But I would have rather see the world in a different way where the companies have more leeway and say, just go make something entertaining, go.
Yeah. I think the system, the way it was or the way it still is, sometimes ruins some episodes. I've seen some really good episodes go to hell because they go more of this or more of that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of letting them go. I think Entourage was one that I think started out really well and then just went down the tubes. And I just think that they were trying to push to keep the ratings up, just, and you got to let a story die off too, right? You got to let the arc come and go and the whole thing. But yeah, I love the way this, the empathic stuff. 850 conversation about adolescence. I put 850 because I think it's about 850 into the show, 8 minutes and 50 seconds. And they're just talking about adolescence. And I just love that little thing where Spock, McCoy, and Kirk are just trying to figure it out.
Yes. I know what you mean.
And also, well, who's going to tell them about women? Who's going to? Well, I think you should. No, I think. Well, you're the doctor. You're his dad figure.
A strong
you're
father
the scientist.
figure.
Yeah. I just love that they're trying to throw the little hot potato between everybody to get rid of it. But I really love that one. I've heard about Uhura singing because that's kind of the next thing that we're on. And some people say it wasn't good, but I actually thought she was a very good singer. I think she started out as a singer and dancer, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And she was a good singer, right? Didn't you get that she's very good? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And she released. I have a CD of her singing that song, redoing that song, singing it complete.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was really nice. And again, we're talking about Smitten by Rand, but not Ayn Rand. That's a different book. And I'm gonna have to cut that out. You know Ayn Rand, right? It's she wrote all the ones about industry and stuff like that. But anyway, Rand. What's her first name?
Yeoman Rand.
Yeoman Rand.
Oh, Janice Rand.
Janice Rand. So I just love the way he was so like, his hormones were so rushing for her that, when they got that girl, and I understand, right? You don't want people getting in your way, and then she's trying to introduce them to it. Well, she's a girl, all of the rest of them look like you're the package, right? When he's talking to Yeoman Rand, you're the package I want, not those little girls.
About being with somebody, wanting to be. If I had the whole universe, I'd give it to you. I mean, he's like, when I see you, I feel like I'm hungry all over.
I love that line. Isn't that a great line?
And then he asks her truthfully, like, do you know how that feels? It's as if this was the first time in the world that anybody might possibly have this, right? Because every kid's going through this.
Yeah.
Right? They all think they're the only one, and it's confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing. And that's why I liked also, there was nothing really that I didn't like about this episode where Kirk is trying to talk to him about it. And then he gives him some really great advice, like,
you go slow.
Oh yeah, who and then like everyone's trying to throw stuff in his way, right, to get him away from Rand. But who really when you're going after that girl in high school, or what, who wants to be interrupted, right? You tell your friends to get lost. You get mad at you start fights with the other guys that are going after her. You just want a clear path to get to and so he wanted a clear path to get to Yeoman Rand. And then we're just kind of throwing up stuff, right? Kirk's telling him he can't have it. Someone else telling him to go do this. Rand's throwing him off to this girl.
Every
And
time I
he's
do
like,
something, I'm wrong.
what's that?
Every time I do something, I'm wrong.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
it was great
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff. I think any person watching this should definitely watch Charlie X, because I think it's a wonderful episode. Wonderful episode. And I just got a bunch of quotes. I wrote down a lot of quotes. Kirk's starting to tell him about women, right? And he goes, "Oh, I won't hit her like that again. Is that all?" He just wants to get that. I'm not going to do that again. Is that all? Yeah.
He did the same thing when he walked into the room and those three were discussing him, and Kirk and he comes in. The security guard asked me you wanted something. Wait. I'm mixing that up. When he went into his office, he says, "Do you know anything about these chess pieces?" No. Is that it? And he wants to leave.
That's it. I think I think I messed up, but I think that's exactly right.
But he does the same thing when he walks into that conference room. It was like, "You want to ask me something," and then it seemed like, "So I'm done here. Can I go?" Yeah. It's like some kid who is trying to hide something. You can't lie. Parents know.
Yeah. Let's see Kirk's description of women. I won't hit her like that again. Oh yeah, I hurt so much all the time. I mean, I think they really got that kid thing, or I think women probably girls go through it too. Guys definitely. I know I went through it, where you hurt inside. You want something, you can't get it. You're struggling and you're so lost. I mean, I was so lost. I think that they really nailed that. These people nailed that writing just on where people are when they're adolescents. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they see those lines on the page? I read it and I go, I know what the episode is like, but they're reading it and they have to make it happen. It's amazing how these actors change that line into being something.
Yeah. You go slow, don't press. When he's telling him, like, well, what do I do? You go slow, you don't press.
Well, what if I was gentle?
Yeah. She's not the woman. What does he say? She's not they say girl, so I think he says she's not the girl for you. There's a million things in this world you can have and a million things you can't, and she's one you can't.
It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are. Well, what am I gonna do?
And then he's such a kid, like when he's saying, "Don't laugh at me," the guy's laughing, right? He thinks it's funny, and when he's fighting Kirk, which the tights are funny, I have to say, I would be laughing too. Those tights. But
but he's halfway, a boy, man, and he whips over to the stop laughing,
Yeah, stop laughing, and then the guy's gone, and he's going, well, I think he said he asked for it or something like that. Oh, he made me do that. Like it's his fault that he just like totally, this guy's evaporated or whatever. He like, Mom, he's gonna make me hit him, right? It's such a childish thing to do or say. I thought it was just hilarious and so true to the nature of what I think they were portraying this character to be. I really think, I don't know if I told you I took improv. And during an improv session, I was laughing a lot. This lady was she just went for it, man. And she was playing an old lady. And while she's doing it, I just saw, and we're supposed to be explaining what happened with a famous person that just did something just tiny, and we're just, complaining to the cops about what some famous person. I saw him hit that car and just leave without, but she went for it. Whatever she was saying, I was laughing so much. My improv teacher goes, Kevin, you got to commit. It's okay for the audience to laugh. It's not okay for you to laugh. And I love the way that Yeoman Rand committed with that hand puppet. Sulu committed with the hand puppet. They were just so real into the moment, right? I mean, where I'd probably be laughing at a little hand puppet. They weren't. And then when Kirk and all of them were Spock and Kirk, at some point, I don't know why I wrote these notes here, but they were so committed. And I think William Shatner really did this good, where he was really committed to who the character was. He was really committed. And he was a great actor, I thought. And I think he did a great job in this episode. Let's see. Oh yeah, where he's a kid again. He goes, I won't tell you. Like, what'd you do with it? I won't tell. I'm not going to tell you. So, there's a few more notes I have here, but Jesus, I don't want to dominate this one too. But geez, I just thought it was such a great episode. I loved it. I think it's worth anybody watching. I mean, anybody. I don't care if you're a Star Trek fan, not a Star Trek fan. I think it was well written, well done. I think it gets to what being a human is. It's really gets to the heart of like growing up and trying to figure stuff out and wanting something you can't have.
And oh, by the way, you have enough powers to be a god.
Yeah.
I'll throw that into the mix.
Yeah.
He says, growing up isn't so much. I'm not a man and I can do anything you can't.
Yeah. As he says that to Kirk, William Shatner's character, Captain Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's like learning Kirk is not so much. Like he can defeat Kirk and yeah. Or he already knows it, I guess.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the ending?
I want to stay. Awesome. I thought it was interesting that Kirk would fight for him. Says,
yes.
Right? He pleads, and that this is a kid who will say anything to save his butt and say, I won't do it again. I'm sorry. When I came aboard, whatever. And then Kirk says he should be with his own kind. I thought, I was watching the episode to see what was happening. And then this comes out where he says he should stay here.
They all had that reaction. I think they showed them all, like Uhura was like, let him stay. They were all kind of having a reaction to him being taken away. And even though, part of the crew was gone, he was out of control. He would have probably acted up again when the parents were gone. Yeah. They still were like, I think we're going to take this chance. And it wasn't given. They said, no, we're taking our kid with us. Yeah.
He's going to use the power. We gave it to him to use it.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of heartbreaking. It'd be very interesting to visit now and see what happened to him. Like, who knows? I mean, maybe he would have matured into a being like they were, or close to. I mean, he's still human, so he couldn't have become a Thasian, I think it's called. Yeah. But, what do you think about when he screws with the crew, though? I mean, he really goes to town. He turns one into a lizard, takes away a mouth.
No laughing.
For laugh, yeah. What do you think of that little segment?
Tantrum. So
little temper tantrum. Yeah.
Exactly, and he can do that, and he's not thinking about that. We have a tantrum. Just add that power to it, and this is what would happen without thinking. Yeah. And then he does that to her. He gets rid of Janice and says, "Why did she make me do that?" Without even thinking, he just. Yeah. Good stuff.
And honestly, when Kirk is asking him where they are, and he goes, "I'm not going to tell you," it's like I get the feeling like I don't know where the hell they are. I just know they're gone, right? I don't think he knew where they went.
I get the same impression. I think that's he's at his limit, and he's trying to learn to play the game.
Yeah.
As he said, it's your job to figure it out.
Yeah.
He was trying to bluff. He was
bluff.
And he wasn't too good at it because
no. Yeah.
That was a good actor.
Yeah. Well, I love the way when him and Spock are playing the chess game.
Yes.
And Spock wins, and he goes, well, he said it twice. He did two things. One, Spock said, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that move," and he goes, "Yes, I should." Or he has his little thing there, and then he loses, and he goes, "No, I didn't." It's just like so kiddish.
Spock is going, yes, yeah.
God, I just loved it. I loved it. I really did. I thought this is a great episode, and I don't know when it was written or what, but God, it was a really good episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. I give this way over 75 on this one. This one's a 90, I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm giving it an 80.
Giving it an 80.
Oh yeah, it's better than the Man Trap, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, did you catch that? So remember they did the Thanksgiving. I want these turkeys.
Yes. Oh,
like
Gene Roddenberry's voice.
And that was Gene Roddenberry's voice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I thought they should have had more. Well, there probably are. I mean, if we read everything on the Wikipedia, you're right. We would probably know that there's a ton of cameos and little lines and thrown in stuff that were. But that one that's a good one. That's a fun one.
Oh, that's what you were referring to from the Man Trap, the puppet, and that being the Great Galaxy of the Sky or something, the Great Bird of the Galaxy, and
Great Bird of the Galaxy. What was that? That was
a Man Trap. We just talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
when that.
And they referred to the Great Bird of the Galaxy in that episode,
yeah,
which they called the. And I wonder which one came first though. That's a very early episode. Did someone put that line in and then they said, okay, Gene is the Great Bird of the Galaxy, or did they call him that while they were developing the show and then they threw that into the episode?
That's a good point. I have no idea.
And then the second episode, or second one, this next one that was aired, we get to hear him as in a cameo. And that is,
yeah. No, I thought overall everything was fantastic. I really like this one a lot. I love the writing. As you'll see as we go along, writing really turns me on. Like well written stuff, really very tight things. It's just, I think it's so good just to hear some and the acting. I really loved the commitment to the acting that these guys did. Like, you know, the discussion about him being his adolescence. Who's going to talk to him? You are. I think normally, on a ship deck that probably wouldn't happen, right? It would fall on William Shatner's or Captain Kirk's shoulders to have that conversation with him.
But come on, it's the three, right?
Yeah.
Sane Spock guy and then bounce it off McCoy and shoot first, ask questions later. All three together form that one perfect human, right?
And I liked it. That Spock is kind of like he's pretty like getting his science thing down on this one. Like he's like, you got to deal with it now. It's not going to get any better, right? I love the way he feels cold to me in this one, but it's kind of the right thing to do, right? He's not going to get any better. We're not going to be able to deal with him. You got to deal with it now, and it is logical if you look at Spock's words. It's a logical thing to do is just to deal with it before you can't deal with it anymore, right? If the dam's breaking. You got to take care of that dam before your whole town floods.
I think we're going to hear the same kind of thing out of Spock when we watch Where No Man Has Gone Before, and Gary Mitchell is gaining power exponentially, and Spock is going, we got to nip this in the bud. See this, we have to do this. Oh, but I can't leave Strand Mitchell, right? It's going to be the same kind of thing where Spock is matter of fact. I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of there. Yeah. On point. Yeah. So I'm glad you kind of had me, watch this one, go through it. I just, I thought, wow, what a well-written episode. Yeah. Whoever wrote it did
downhill
a well
from here.
Yeah. This is the pinnacle, man. This is the top.
No. We're gonna have episode. Oh, I like that you said you kind of like the writing. That's very interesting to you.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I can tell because there was something that you mentioned. Now I forgot it. That I go, oh yeah, that's right. You, Kevin, are into the writing aspect. So we're gonna have some stories that just fall apart, and you're gonna hate it. And then we're gonna get into the third season when
everything falls apart. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. And there we're gonna have some very good episodes inside of the entire mix of the third season. And you're gonna go, okay, I can't wait.
I'm actually kind of excited to get. I'm not that I'm wanting to run to the end. I'm excited to get into the third season because I really want to get a different look at the third season and see, what I've been hearing, because I've been doing outside of Star Trek stuff, right? Like I listened back to that book that I had told you about, and I've been doing some reading on Star Trek and some other stuff. And my perspective on Star Trek is changing. And I was talking to a friend. I think this whole thing is really opening me up because I was talking to a friend and I was telling him how much I enjoy our conversation about Star Trek, because I really kind of am an outsider. I don't think I'm not really a Star Trek fan, but I'm a fan of the fans, and it blows my mind the more I see in it's just like there's more. You know, you're opening this gift, you're opening a package at Christmas time, and your parents give you, wait, there's more. It's kind of cool to see how much Star Trek stuff there is out there, and how many people have dedicated their lives basically to Star Trek. Things that I would never do, and still I wouldn't. I'm not a collector, and there's some collectors that he goes, this guy's talking about, I think he started collecting when he was like really young or something, and he's got this. I don't know what I would do with all this stuff. I would go crazy having all this stuff. I would have to like give it to everybody and say, you want a Star Trek model? You want a Tribble? You know, I honestly, but I'm glad people are out there that do it, because it floats their boat. But and that's what's fascinating to me. You're fascinating to me. You know what I don't understand? Just say that, to steal that from you. I know it came from Howie, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I love it. So tell us more about your thoughts. So I really want to. I got to cut your stuff in there. I feel like I've been talking the whole time, and you haven't said a whole lot.
What? No. You just feel that way. I've been interjecting, talking over your words. I've said my piece. If we can reference a scene, and then I don't know what kind of how we're allowed to.
We could do it. A guy's. Are you talking about like steals? A guy does the steal in there, so he'll do it. I think we should, like Rand walking into the door. We should definitely put steals in. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah.
And freeze that and go see. And then as we're talking, we could reference.
I think I really wouldn't mind kind of doing these again. I was thinking about it too.
Okay, and that's where my BK notes should be going. I was going, make me a column. Well, there it is.
Yeah, I think if you put yours in there, and actually if we could talk about the notes first and then go do our episodes, because I think you're right. I feel like I'm too far all over the place, and you can see I just really put down a lot of what was said in there, because I just love the writing on it, on Charlie X. I love the kissing his butt. That's perfect. I forget what Charlie X says, but yeah, that's perfect. Is that right? Yes, Charlie, that's perfect. They're so afraid of
you. Mean the one where he says, "I'm excited," and is that the right word? That one?
Maybe I don't know what he says. Maybe that's what he says. Is that the right word? Yeah, maybe that's what he said. That's perfect,
the exact word. Yeah, it was the Antares guy was kissing his butt, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yes. Hey, Kirk, take them. We don't want anything. No, the movies are fine. We got new movies. We got everything. Yeah, we're good. See you later, Charlie. See ya. Love you, buddy.
Yep, Evan.
But yeah, if you put your notes right in there next to the episode as you're watching it, and then I could look at what your notes are and see where you want to touch on, and then we could do that.
The episode title, Charlie X. I think Gene Roddenberry said. So it started out with the title, something about Charlie is God, but they couldn't do that. That would give away the show. Oh. And it evolved, the title evolved, and eventually it got down to X because we know him, he's Charlie Evans, but X because uneducated, put your X on the spot, right? Sign an X. So he's not quite educated or knowledgeable. Right. Yeah.
See, I'm gonna have to take this part and put it at the beginning, because this is a great intro for Charlie X. What you just said, I mean, it's a perfect intro to it, right?
Yeah.
How did they get the title Charlie X? Because of this reason. I think that's a great thing to put at the beginning.
Mix it up. Yeah, all.
No, I think that's really good. I think we're gonna have to do some serious editing on this episode here. But just kind of put it, maybe what I'll let you do is when we get the editors, let you work with the Mantrap editors, right? Because I don't think my structure is going to be too good. I just don't like the Mantrap. I'm sorry. I just can't get my head around it. I'm sorry. But Charlie X I love.
You don't like it because they kill the creature.
It's not that. It's just there's so many obvious. The Mantrap was trying to get some points across. They just didn't do it too well. They could have done it with something else. Like there was no vegetation on the planet, right? So she needed some sort of something that the human body has that she's starving for, but it's none of that on the planet. you can't really populate the planet with a lot of vegetation because in a few years it's going to die anyway, right? Unless you keep having people replenish it. And then that would make sense. Well, she needs more vegetation. She's got to kill these people to get it. We don't have enough people on the ship to keep her satiated for over a long time. We got to kill her now. That would have made more sense to me, right? Something that actually would deplete over time. You don't have that much of it. There's not that resource to do it, and she really needs it. And you go, okay, sorry, you got to go. Your time here is up. Okay, so the next one is Where No Man Has Gone Before. That's the one where the eyes glisten. I got just some great background stuff. I don't have a feeling one way or the other about that episode, right?
Not until you see it.
Right. The Naked Time. That's a good one, right? That's the crying of Spock.
Oh, excellent. Good job,
I won't go through them all. The Enemy Within, that's Captain Kirk split into two, right?
Right. Every series has to have, the duplicate everything, the duplicate Gilligan, the duplicate.
Yeah.
How?
Well, you know what? I won't have trouble until we get to
I see what you're
Spock's brain, but I can't make any fun of Spock's brain because everyone's already done it. So we're done there,
Okay.
I'm done ragging on an episode.
Get a load of this. There was a comedy troupe, some actors, and I went to the theater and they did Spock's brain as a play.
No way.
Yes.
Way.
I'll have to dig up that poster.
Oh my God.
So really,
did you watch it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Was it good?
Oh yeah. It was the episode, and we the fans, first got it. I think I know why people rag on it, but you think that's going to be the first time you're going to really have a problem?
Oh, no. I think, there's a lot. Okay, let me tell you what I think here. Where No Man Has Gone Before, not that great. The Naked Time, pretty good. The Enemy Within, I think that was really good. I think William Shatner's a great actor, though. Mud's Women, that was okay. I know people have trouble about it, and it's they're the sexist, whatever. I think that was the same time that women were trying to get their rights, and so that came out, and some people. Little girls are made of.
Try to take over the androids. The androids are going to take care of humans. There's part of the mud.
No, that's Mud's Women is the one. That's no androids in the Mud's Women.
Oh, you're right. You are absolutely right. Sorry, that was Mud I was thinking of. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And then What Are Little Girls Made Of? That's the one where Roddenberry just wanted to have sex with that girl. She really was very pretty, though.
Sherry Jackson.
Yeah, she was really pretty. And then Men, that's okay. I don't know what that explores. Maybe it's like Mary. I mean, it's more like Charlie X, but with a girl, I think.
Some of the people wanted to get Pollard, what's his name? Michael Pollard, to play Charlie X. And I read that one person said, no, I have a better episode. And obviously they put him into Miri.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
because he's an older one. I mean, I heard some people giving that one. Daggers of the Mind. Actually, I thought that was pretty good. I didn't like some of the stuff, but I did like a lot of that one. The Carbonite Maneuver, I didn't like that at all. I thought that was like a really big waste of an episode. Now, I know it's very popular, but the whole thing is based on this mind game, right? I think they could have compressed how much time it takes to find out if someone is going to do some harm to you or do good with you, or neither way. And he could have just let him go, right? But I think that it was. But maybe the guy was bored. Maybe I'll look at it that way. He was just bored. He didn't have shit to do. He's flying around by himself. He's in this little ship. He's a little tiny guy. Yeah, I think I like that one more already.
Wait until you watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait until you watch these. Okay, keep going. We got
Menagerie Part 1. I didn't. It's just that they tried to get them to 2 parts. I understand why they did it. I think I like the first pilot better as a 1-parter.
Big time saver, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Conscience of the King wasn't bad. I think it was okay. Balance of Terror. Is that the one where they steal the cloaking device?
Run silent, run deep. Yeah.
Is that it? That's the one?
That's it.
Okay, that was a good one. Shore Leave, it was okay. I think that, like I said, I told you this already, they did the William Shatner and the guy way too much. I think they were trying to kill time. I think they didn't have enough ideas to develop Shore Leave better. They could have really developed it, I think.
You want the episode to be tight, and you want the story
Tight.
tight, and the words, you want that. No fluff, right?
Yeah. Just go right into it, get it done.
Yeah.
The Galileo 7, kind of the same thing. I know they wanted to explore Spock's character, which I think it was a good exploration of his character and trying to command and humanize him too. They were trying to humanize him as well. Like, why don't you understand what your guys are going through? So the Squire of Gals, absolutely, I love that one. That's the one where he's another kid, right? Maybe I'm just into kid shit.
Yes, Squire of Gothos, right up there. Easy, without even rewatching it, easy 80,
It's a good one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Arena's pretty good. I like the humor that they built into it. I do like that, and I'm not sure what their thing is, so I'm gonna have to ask you a lot when we get into Arena. I think I'm gonna just put a lot of questions to the right, just to ask you questions.
I've told you about Arena. My thought is always, how did they pack so much episode, maybe not story, episode, into 50 minutes? How the heck did they get all these different storylines or pieces into the episode? I'm just amazed when I watch it and I go, oh yeah, that's right, that too, and that too, and that too.
Yeah, I'd love to. I think I'm going to pick your mind on Arena. I really do. Tomorrow is yesterday. I have no idea what that is. It must be a time travel one.
Yes.
What is tomorrow? Is that the one with the cat, the black cat?
No, that's Assignment Earth. This is F-14, F-104.
Where they grab the jet and it crushes.
Jet, right? And he's got Captain Christopher, and they have to go down, and I'm gonna lock you up for 200 years. That ought to be just about right.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good episode. That's right. Court Martial, I have no idea what that one's about.
He jettisons a pod on the side of the ship.
Oh,
the pod is
the
a
guy's
person
hiding on the
doing
ship.
measurements, but he was passed over. He was a teacher too long, and he thought he was passed over, and he hides on the ship. Exactly. Good stuff.
I'll watch that one because I don't. The Return of Archaeans. Is that right?
Archons. The Return of the Archons.
What's that about? Is that the fish that come back to the Enterprise? And
computer runs the society. Every 2 weeks they got to go crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, so the rest of them.
And what do you mean you're gonna court martial? I'll watch that one. You're watching all of them right before we discuss.
No, I know. I'm gonna watch them all. No, but I mean, I'm gonna pay special attention. Some of these ring a bell to me.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, I don't mean I'm not gonna watch them. Some ring a bell, and I go, oh yeah, that stands out. And then some, they don't ring any bells, and I go, okay, I gotta watch. So when I'm saying I'm gonna watch it, I meant it doesn't ring any bells. I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna watch them all, Bruce. Come on. I can't do this without watching.
Hey, you got it. You're almost there. Let's see. Return of the Archons. You got about 8 more episodes to the end of
Okay, I'll go through them then. Spacey, very good. I think everybody liked it. That's why they made a remake of it.
Yep.
But I didn't like the way he treated the woman, but I know that was the whole point. The point is because I did have a Brazilian girlfriend that told me that. I think I wanted to go to bed with her, and she said no, and then I said okay, and she goes, be a man, like, just don't ask me to take me to bed, just take me to bed, right? So it's a Brazilian culture, and it's not my culture, so I would never do that to a woman. So that's kind of why this sticks out, but I'll talk about that during this episode. Basically, the Taste of Armageddon, that is, I have no idea.
We go into the disintegration change just because the computer said that.
Another computer one. Okay.
This city is blown
This one is kind of related to the return to
Archons.
The Archons, right? It's kind of related.
Here, Taste of Armageddon, 2 planets are warring with each other, and then after a while they just get the computers to calculate the casualties and call it good.
I think that was really a sign of the time, because I think people for a long time said the computers are going to take our jobs. Remember? But I don't know that was the 60s, 70s, 80s when that was going on. Remember? They said the computers are going to take over. Robotics are going to take over.
Yes. I thought it was interesting that they were saying in the episode, well, our civilization gets to continue because our buildings aren't being destroyed. We're just promising to walk the calculated dead people into the disintegration chamber, but our society gets to flourish because nothing gets destroyed. It's not like destroying, leveling cities.
I really actually did love the ending where they said, we don't know war or something like that. And he goes, well, now you will.
Now you're going to,
Something like that, right?
You bet. Yes.
Yeah. I love that part where they're like, don't fuck around, man. Just do it or don't do it, right? I guess that's my thing again.
They made it so palatable.
Yeah.
And I know my parents described what it was like, and it's like, you don't want this. People, we have no concept. And here they made it so easy.
Yeah. 23. So this side of paradise.
Jill Ireland, Spock in Love.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good. I mean, I think people like that because Spock got to show another side. And I imagine Leonard Nimoy liked doing it because he got to show a different side of himself. Yeah. I don't know. I'm speculating there because I've not heard anything about it. But I thought that was a pretty good. And then I think the ending is kind of the same thing as A Taste of Armageddon, right? Where he's going, we haven't really done anything here. We've not accomplished anything,
yes,
right?
You got the exact thing right. Sandoval said, we haven't accomplished anything.
We haven't done anything.
Spores just kind of made them complacent.
Yeah, but they lived a long time, I think, right? The spores made them live a long time? Or am I wrong? No? They had normal lifetime? Okay. The Devil in the Dark, I told you about this one. I loved it. It caught my attention. It caught my attention at your place. And it stuck in my head, and I go, why did I think that was so special? But I honestly think it's because William Shatner's dad died. I think he brought something special to it that I just pick up on somehow. Because I think it's an okay episode, but I think something made it special for me. And I kind of think that's what it was. It was just, you can't help not put your grief on screen, right? And he was going through his grief at that moment.
I'll buy that. I like to think about the problem that, well, the alien is different, and I try to hope that we humans are better, and just because the creature looked ugly, I mean, this was a mother, just like any other mother, and they just want to kill, right?
Yeah.
So there was something.
No, that was good, and I really think, again, Leonard Nimoy really did a great job. I mean, he you talk about actors committing, he committed, right? I mean, he's like pain or something like that, right? Pain or something. I forget what he says, but yeah.
Yep.
Errand of Mercy, I love that show just because I love the beats. Like I said, the guy tries to catch his mark, so he's got a shuffle step, right? I just kind of love the goat, right? Isn't the goat pink, right? The
green goat. I use
green goat. Yeah. I just kind of liked it. Was kind of low budget and kind of, I think it was pretty good.
But they got on an outdoor set.
The Alternative Factor, don't know what that is.
Lazarus A and B, negative corridor, going through the corridor.
Did you like that one? I really didn't like it. I'm sure there's something there for people, but
there will be something redeeming in there, only because we had one sane Lazarus and he has some things to say. But right, that's going to be lower than Mantrap.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for me to watch. Well, I think,
but we're going to find something in it for you to grab onto.
Thank you. I think you're going to have to force me again to watch that one because I think I just lose interest. I don't think I've never seen the whole episode.
Not tight, and you're going to lose it every time they have to do their little fight in the corridor, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get on with. Yeah. Well, we'll tighten it up for you.
Okay, cool. Okay. City on the Edge of Forever. Don't know what that one's about.
Harlan Ellison, New York. Certainly time travel, but
is that the one where she dies in the end? That's the one that people rave about, right?
Yeah, Harlan Ellison wrote the.
That's what's her name? Joan Collins. Is that Joan Collins?
Joan Collins. Oh my God, yes, and it is well done. No doubt about it. You will enjoy that, or you are weird.
I think I know that he took some tools or something, and she gives him shit about taking tools, right?
Right, and Captain Kirk says if Spock had said that he was going to return him in the morning, he would have returned him in the morning.
Yeah.
Spock doesn't.
Spock doesn't. He's not a liar.
Where do you
And then
suppose we're from? Well.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was
You,
really
I
well.
don't know, but him at your side, and you.
And then and I think she says that he calls him Captain too, right? Even if he doesn't say it, he still says it.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that part. That's a really good line. That's a really good line.
There are some other ones in there. When he talks to her and says, and talks about the poet who is on such and such a star, and says, "Let me help." And then those words might be even better than "I love you," right? Let me help.
Nice.
So we're gonna have some good stuff in there. I'm not saying it is the best episode, but it is top 10 material.
Very good episode. And then Operation Annihilate, again, I have no idea what that
Frying eggs. Fried
is. Oh
eggs.
God, yes. Again, Spock, a very good actor in that. He's got an egg on his back, and
he's in the not the brig, but the sick bay, and he shows that he is under pain. And I can handle it. Yeah.
Oh my God. He's a really good actor. I didn't like the solution and the ending of it. He's got double eyelids and all this other shit. But whatever. I mean, they got to keep creating shit for Spock. Right?
They didn't have to throw the blinding white light at him. They kind of made an oops there.
But I mean, there's the writer's solution, like, oh, he's got double eyelids. They could have come up with something else.
Yes, but you said today, hey, if they're sweating, make a mention and say, hey, it's a pretty hot day. And they said that. McCoy said, it figures that some Vulcan would come up with something. The Vulcans would come up with something like that.
Yeah, that's
true. Oh, come on.
You're right.
And then what's his name? Spock says, "Why, thank you, Captain." Don't tell him that I think he's the best man.
Is that the Vulcan
first officer? And you were worried about his eyes. You should have been worrying about his ears.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, it's good. Okay, we got a good season here.
Oh, second season. Come on, they.
Are we still going? I thought. Can we stop at season 1 today? Let's stop at season 1.
We can stop there. Yeah, we can review the other ones for fun.
Yeah, when we're in season 2.
Sure. Says Captain Kirk. Curtin says,
I want to give Bruce the ability to share a screen. That's what I want to do.
Chicks, they can't hold their smoke. That's what it is.
They can't hold it. Chat with everyone. What else does Bruce need to do here? Give me today. Go. God, Kevin looks good. That's because I touched up
your hair.
Make me look good. Make me look good.
It's just smoother by less compression and pixelization, so less data, and you think you've got makeup on. Oh, you're ready. You are ready for the day.
I'm ready. All right. That is fantastic. I love that.